Hi everybody. So it's been a while since my last video and I couldn't find the motivation to make more videos because I just got busy with life, things happened, I moved places, etc. But the things that has happened in the recent times, the things that I've been hearing on the news that have been flooding my posts, flooding my feeds in Twitter, in LinkedIn and in Reddit as well, is about the crisis going on in Gaza. So there's a massacre going on right now, and I feel like ever since knowing about this massacre, what's going on, my life has not been the same. Like I feel this deep sadness in me about what's going on, especially looking at the images and especially about the kids being massacred over there. More than 6,000 kids right now and increasing every day. It just breaks my heart as a father, especially being a father, a new father, a father to around a 1.5 year old, seeing the pictures of a father, with their child. I just can't help it but put myself in that position and see my daughter over there, and it just breaks my heart seeing this, seeing kids just losing their parents, walking around in the streets with their brothers or sisters who are maybe even 3 4 years old. It just breaks my heart. That's why I decided to come back and to make a video, inshallah, talking about the atrocities going on and the news around it and what's going on. So what I've noticed in this conflict going on is a constant information being thrown at me. There is a misinformation being thrown at me, some other information, and it also uh, reopens the Palestinian discussion that's been on pause for some time. We all know they are oppressed for a very long time right now, but something big like this just shakes us up and just puts us into realization what's been going on over there for decades. And in a way it's a good thing that has happened because it has woken us up to understand this, but we all know it's a very bad, it's a massacre going on over there. So right now as I'm speaking, more than 15,000 people have been killed and around 2,000 under the rubble, and millions and hundreds of thousands, if not millions, have been displaced from their homes, and thousands of homes have been destroyed, hospitals attacks, etc. It just surprises me like how this can be done, like how a person or a nation can do this to another people, you know uh, unless they are blinded by some kind of false morality, that these people are lower than us so we can do this to them. It just baffles my mind how they can do this. Forget about the militants, I'm just talking about civilians over here, targeting civilian structures. Like if you go by one account, it's around 100 to 1 ratio, that is 100 civilians to one combatant. So even if you're saying we are targeting this building for one terrorist inside it or one bad guy inside it, how can we justify killing the 100 civilians for this one guy? It just doesn't make sense. Imagine a building with more than 100 residents and there's this one bad guy in this, and you just bomb the building to kill everybody. It just doesn't make sense. This brings into the question about the objective of the assaulter. Like what do they want to do? What does Israel want to achieve over here? Is it truly the elimination of Hamas, or do they want to do something else?
Distance, and let me add, for the benefit of all of humanity, the entire people and the whole of Israeli leadership, we all embrace them and believe them. You must remember what Amalek has done to you, says our holy Bible.
From what it looks like, from the narrative of their leaders, it doesn't look like they want to finish off Hamas, but their primary objective is to just, move the people of Gaza around and to move them out of the lands, or maybe kill them and destroy their homes, etc. That's what I feel like their objective is, but they're hiding behind the false objective of saying there are terrorists over here, there are bad people over here, and we want to get to them. But from my perspective, it doesn't look like that's their true objective. And also the way they have portrayed it, like the media around it, the lies they've been telling, and they've been exposed about their lies. As they said, we were, they're bombing this hospital because there are terrorists inside, and it seems like the proof they have come after the fact doesn't look like there's any conclusive. Even in the second hospital, the Al Shifa hospital, which became a very big, because it's a major hospital in Gaza and there are thousands of patients being treated over there, especially from the war, and they bombed it and now they've destroyed it and it's dysfunctional. And they have not come forward with a solid proof saying, there was a base, there's a military command center. It's just, you know, it just feels like They're not even trying to put any effort to do this.
These are the pictures from beneath the Al Shifa hospital. And so we've seen tunnels already. Perhaps, Mr. Levy, you could talk us through what we're seeing as we look at these pictures.
Well, this is really extraordinary. You know, for a month, Israel has been saying that Hamas built a command center underneath the Shifa hospital.
Can I just start by asking you what is your view of whether your government, your military, has done a good enough job of proving their claim that there was a major command center and bunker under Al-Shifa?
It's already known for many years that they have in the bunkers that originally was built by Israeli constructors underneath Shifa were used as a command post of the Hamas and a kind of a junction of several tunnels, part of the system.
Media didn't want to believe it. International agencies didn't want to believe it, that Hamas could be using hospitals as human shields. We moved in and we're revealing that evidence.
When you say it was built by Israeli engineers, did you misspeak?
No, decades ago we were running the place. So we held them. It was many decades ago, probably 4 decades ago, that we helped them to build these bunkers in order to enable more space for the operation of the hospital within the very limited size of this compound.
Okay, all right. Well, that's sort of thrown me a little bit. So these were there for a long, long time, but
unique signature of the arches. The arches are a unique technique by Hamas.
Also, recently I saw this video about a CNN reporter showing they captured one of the militants in the Israel, walking around in the underwear, and it just after the video, towards the end of the video, you see this was a staged video.
Very tense right now, as these soldiers appear to be arresting a Palestinian man. They have him in handcuffs right now, and you can see they've blindfolded him. And they are taking him away. You can see here, they're leading him away. They've blindfolded this man, and it appears they have captured yet another militant who entered from the Gaza Strip. It gives you a sense of just how unpredictable all of this is. They don't know where people are hiding, and they could still be in the tree lines here near to the Gaza border. Here near to the Gaza border.
And it just brings into the question about all the people involved, the military, the cameraman, and also the military and the cameraman, and also the news agency itself. The access of food, water, medical supplies, electricity have been cut off from these people, which, if you didn't know, was provided by the Israelis itself. And this is just inhumane. Like, imagine you don't have water for the day, or you don't have any food. You don't know when you're gonna get your next meal. And imagine basic injuries, like you have a slash in your hand and you can't treat it properly, and it gets into it goes bad. It's just inhumane treatment of these people. And the way the leaders talk about the Palestinian people as well is calling them animals, lower than animals, calling something lower than them. And this, I think, this is what's the mentality about the soldiers as well on the ground. Like, looking at these children and thinking that they're not human, they're subhuman, so it's totally fair to kill them, totally fair to kill their homes, to destroy everything around. Because if you think about it, like, okay, killing ants, killing an anthill, there's no moral backlash from your own conscience when you kill an anthill as much as killing thousands of people. But if you treat in your mind, if these people are something like ants or rats, exterminating the ants or rats, it's easy to do that. And it that's what it feels like. It feels like the rhetoric that's been coming about from the leaders of Israel, that these are lower humans than us and we are fine, it's fine to get rid of them. So that's my rant about this thing. I didn't know my comeback after more than 3 months would be something like this. My other videos in my channel have been totally different from what I've been talking about in this video. It's totally fine by me, because it's something that's affected me a lot personally. in my daily life, like a day-to-day thing, just drinking water or eating food, it just takes me back that people over there are suffering so much without proper food or water. And looking my child is the one that hits me the most. That I look at her, and then it brings those images of those kids being slaughtered over there. And yeah, in a sense, it has made me a better person, pushed me to do this video at least. And also I find that in my prayers I find more khushu looking at their strife, and the way they are going through their life. It just has and the way they have put their trust in Allah, it has increased my iman as well. And I find my prayers to be of having more khushu. And inshallah I'll be making more videos on this if I find this to be good. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.